This video is not like any of the other videos that you've seen on why 90% plus traders fail in the markets. Usually, over trading, psychology, or risk management are highlighted. Guys, those are symptoms. They're not the real problem. I'm going to share with you the three reasons why 90% plus traders fail in the markets. Let's look at the first reason. They're not treating their trading like a business. I've spent the last 15 years successfully building businesses. The last business that I was part of, I 10x their revenue from 400K to 4 million in the first 8 months that I was there, and I continued to 4x their revenue in the next 3 years before I left. They were doing $17 million a year revenue before I left from 400K. I know a thing or two about business. Business, from a general manager's standpoint, is just a series of systems and processes. Something as simple as going to a restaurant, how you enter the restaurant and are seated. That is a very simple example of a system. There are systems for getting invoices and making sure those invoices get paid. There's processes for obtaining new customers and retaining those customers. When you decide to start a trading business, you are the general manager of that trading business. You decide what systems and processes get set up so that the business can reach its goals. So, what's the first system or process that you need to get set up when you decide to start a trading business? It's not executing a strategy. A lot of new traders will go on YouTube, type in different trading strategies. They'll pick one in 45 minutes and try to start executing it with real money. That's not how to do that. That's not treating your trading like a business. Your first system that you need to set up is a system to find out what strategy is going to work for your business. You need to methodically go through strategies, rate them, take into consideration what kind of person you are and what kind of time requirements you have to put towards this, and be able to successfully make a good decision based on that information. Once you have a time frame in place, you need to pick a strategy that you like that will work well for you. Then you need to start honing an edge in that strategy. It's one thing to have an idea of entries, exits, different rules, where you would set your stop loss. It's another thing to hone an edge and be able to successfully extract money from the markets with that strategy. You need to have a process in place to hone that edge. And that doesn't happen overnight. Hedge funds generally take 1 to 2 years to develop a new strategy and implement it. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take that long for you, but also we probably need to take a page from hedge funds books since they are generally profitable and successful at trading. So the basic methodology that you would use to refine a strategy is backtesting, forward testing, paper trading, reviewing and refining to hone an edge. I'm going to release a video shortly on the first step, which is backtesting, so that everybody knows where to start. So keep an eye out on the Edge Foundry channel because this video is going to be released soon. The second reason why 90% plus retail traders fail in the markets is because they're looking for the next big thing. They're looking for excitement. They're looking for quick wins. They want to be able to quit their job later this week. I understand that and I respect that. I understand why you would want to do that. But what it results in is hopping from one guru to the next, chasing the next most hyped winning strategy or the next most hyped guru that he's making 10x on his money. His students just tripled their accounts. That stuff's not realistic. It's not grounded in reality. They're not telling you about the huge losses. Are they offering you a system? Because it's fine to have made 2 or 3x your money on the last trade that you did, but none of us can go back and trade that trade. Are they consistently doing that? If this guru is consistently doing that, what is his process? What is his method? So maybe he gives you a strategy and it has entries and exits and a few rules, some criteria. But unless your trading company has done research and development on that specific strategy, it's not a strategy that you can trust. You don't know that you're going to be able to find the next big winner. You don't know the nuances of that strategy. You need to be able to prove it for yourself. So what I would say to you is if you really need to chase that next hyped up thing, you really need to chase that big winner, the next big runner, fine. If you really need to do it, go ahead and do it. But also have a process where you're tracking one strategy, you're focused in on that, you're studying that strategy alongside chasing the next big win because chasing the next big win is never going to get you to consistency. The only thing that will get you there is by having one strategy and you're studying that strategy under different market conditions for an extended period of time. The third reason is they're not playing the long game with their skill development. Think Tom Brady or any other successful quarterback spending hours and hours watching gameplay tape. They're reviewing what they did, what the other team did, and how they responded. They're making notes. They're setting new rules in place. They're refining how they play. That's what you need to do with trading. You need to track all your strategies in a spreadsheet. You need to go back and review how you traded them, whether it continued to run, what were the market conditions surrounding this, what were the macro events, what was the volume on that day. Some people actually even record their trading as it's going on and they review it the exact same way that a quarterback would view their gameplay. But if you're going to do that, I would say that you still need to track all of your trades in a spreadsheet because the information that you gain becomes cumulative and has a compounding effect. Over time, you can see exactly what's going to work over the long run and what's not working over the long run. I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. This is going to take time because experience does not happen overnight. This is not something that's going to happen by the end of the week. I know you want it to, but you need to play the long game when it comes to developing your skills. You need to have a process in place that you can count on that is definitely developing your skills. So when I talk about spreadsheets, it just people's eyes glaze over. It's not the most exciting thing in the world to talk about spreadsheets. Let me tell you what is exciting though. What is exciting is having a strategy that you can count on. Having a strategy that you know if you execute in the market 10 times, that this is the way it's going to play out. And you're probably going to make this amount of money because that's what's happened over 100 trades, over 200 trades. You've tracked it. You know your edge through and through. What's exciting is being able to rely on your strategy. Do you really want to be the guy that turns $10,000 into $100,000 in two trades, but then he can't leave his job because deep down inside, he knows he can't do that again? He knows that he can't turn $100,000 into $1 million? Don't be that guy. Take a professional approach to the markets, define your edge clearly, have systems and processes in place because then you can trust your strategy. That's the long game. That's what helps you to get to consistency. So if you're ready to ditch the hype and all the ridiculous claims and you want to start implementing systems and processes that you can trust that will move your trading forward, check out these videos. That wraps this video up for today. Like, subscribe, and I look forward to working with you.